Jai Hind viewers, welcome back to the Global Strategic and Defense News. Today on Achievers Articulate, we are going to discuss a very important issue. We all want to succeed in life, and there's nothing wrong about it. We should succeed, and why not? Everyone has an equal right to succeed. But what separates those who succeed and those who don't? I think one of the most pivotal points between success and not making it there where one desires to be is communication. Because how you communicate sets your path to success. And here I would like to give a small example about myself. Way back in the 80s, when I was a school kid studying in Kendriya Vidyalaya, Mau, and my father got posted to New Delhi. So we were shifted from Kendriya Vidyalaya Mau to the Army Public School, Dhola Kuan. And when I entered that school for the first time, I was shocked because it was such a big school, such a big campus, over 7,000 students. Till that time, I'd been studying in small schools, my father being in the army, in small cantonments where there were hardly 30, 40 students in the class. So when I entered the Army Public School, to be honest, there was a lack of confidence in me. And so much so that, in my first exam, I just got 1 mark out of 15. I failed miserably. And when my class teacher asked me, I told her the, reason why I'm so dazed and I'm not able to, match up to my colleagues, which I thought was superior. So that time she gave me certain pearls of wisdom. And amongst them, one was that speak up. Because the more you speak up, the more your confidence will come. So with this small little personal background, which I thought I must tell you because I've been through this phase, and that's why this program is going to be very special for me because I've faced such a situation in my life. So today, to discuss this important issue of communicate to win is a very eminent persona and personality who's world famous. To introduce her, I would require one full program. So that luxury of time is not there because I can't introduce her in 1 or 2 minutes, which I generally do. Like I said, I would require at least 40 minutes full-fledged program just to introduce her. She is Dr. Divya Jaitly. Let me tell you very briefly about her, and then we'll hear about her successful life from herself. She is the author of a very bestseller book called Beyond the Pitch. She's a motivational speaker. She's a TV anchor. She's an Olympics commentator. She's an entrepreneur. She has been Miss India finalist in 2002. She has been Miss Delhi in 2001. And so much more. Like I can just go on and on. Like I said, I'll need one full program. But I'll just sum up by saying she is so overqualified that the Global Strategic and Defense News is extremely honored and privileged that she has paid a valuable time to come on our channel and tell us what she feels are the important points in communicating to win. Welcome, Dr. Divya, to the Global Study and Defense News.
Thank you so much, Colonel Sodhi, and a salute to you. And I'm actually humbled and overwhelmed with the introduction that you've just given me.
Dr. Divya, my first question is that please tell us about your successful life journey from being a school child to the eminent persona that you are today.
Wow, with a disclaimer that the answer might be a little long because you're asking me to map my journey from school to the persona that I am today. Just like you, I think we defense kids have a lot of advantage because we tend to, of course, not make best friends or friends which are going back to decade-old, journey that we've had. But we also land up being very flexible, very adaptable because we are literally changing schools in 4G life every 2.5 years. Colonel Sodhi, my journey has been nothing short of extraordinary, and I'm grateful to God for that and grateful to my parents. So it has been full of passion, full of perseverance, full of need of continuous evolution. And I think that kind of got deep-rooted in my upbringing. My schooling has been a mix of convents and army schools. And as a school child, I've always been a very curious and an eager one to explore different facets of life. Of course, I was always enabled by my parents who were progressive enough to kind of let me challenge the stereotypes that we have in our society. born to an award-winning, I would say, academician or educationist and an accomplished army officer. I'm the only child, and I was enabled to participate in academics, extracurricular activities, in cultural events. And I think that kind of started shaping my personality and my persona right from childhood. My parents weren't about, you have to just be at the top of the class. My mother, who was herself a CCA coordinator, she has been a professor in university. She always felt that holistic learning, holistic upbringing, holistic values are going to take us far more in life rather than just 90% and 100% or IIT and IM. And having said that, my schooling has been deep rooted in a lot of practice of gratitude on a daily basis, as well as a lot of discipline which comes with the army background. Post school, I was studying to be a computer engineer in Delhi and wanted to join the defense forces like my father. But man proposes, God disposes, destiny had other plans. And I remember I was staying at Ava in Delhi when my friends just said, they chanced upon the Miss Delhi beauty pageant ad in Delhi Times. And they said, why don't we just for fun participate? And I think that's what kind of pivoted my career because I participated, I won. Then I went for May Queen DSOI competition, which is huge with defense forces. I won that. And then everyone encouraged me to go for Miss India, where I got crowned as a finalist. In my year, there were about 48,000 applications, and I think we were selected to be only the top 24, went for training. It was a truly transformative experience because it made me also realize that you can be valued not just for beauty, but also for grace, for a lot of resilience, and for my public speaking skills. So it built my self-belief. It also kind of taught me that the power of proximity and influence really means a lot. I got accomplished as a model in the country, walked the fashion weeks, all the top, ramp walks and fashion shoots in the country, and later on diversified as an MC, TV anchor, event management consultant. My career trajectory pivoted and taught me the importance of transferable skills from one field to the other. And I just held on to them right from my, schooling to college life. But my aspirations, Colonel Sodhi, extended far beyond just the spotlight. Everyone enjoys, and some people get glued to the spotlight a lot. But I wanted to really do something more impacting. I wanted to give back to the society. And my mom always insisted on achieving my educational qualifications, irrespective of whether I was working or not from a very young age. So I followed her advice. And in MBA books, I found the name of my first company, which was Kaizen Talent Management. My dad was my first angel investor. From Army, he went to Raw, and then he took a premature to support me in my entrepreneurial journey. And then we were the pioneers in bringing formalized event management education in the industry. So after running 2 successful companies and 2 successful exits, I established my third company, which I'm leading today, the Forethought Corporate Communications. And I'm lucky to have my parents as my partners and fellow directors. To sum it up, Colonel Sodhi, every journey of my life, whether as a student, model, speaker, consultant, or entrepreneur, has contributed to the persona that I have achieved today. I have leveraged the credibility and recognition from a modeling career to establishing authority in the business world and aligning my business ventures with my personal values. And of course, more than 2 decades now, I believe that my persona is synonymous to shattering the glass ceiling and creating pathways for women like me who want to achieve more, dream more, and do more.
Well, that's really very impressive and incredible life journey, Dr. Divya. My student, respect to you.
Thank you.
I mean, when you were enumerating, it was so amazing listening, the wide variety of roles, the wide variety of profile that you have done. I haven't come across any person till now who has had such a wide variety across all horizons. So once again, thank you so much. And really, one is honored that you have come on GSDN. Dr. Divya, my next question to you is
Firstly,
that
compliment from somebody like you means a lot. Means a lot, Colonel Sodhi. I mean, you yourself are so accomplished, you are so learned, and you're a TV personality, and it means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Divya, my next question to you is that can you please explain the significance of communication, be it written or oral, in contributing to a person's success?
Absolutely. I think we need to learn to communicate to win. And that's the theme of our discussion also today, Colonel Sodhi. Unfortunately, I feel in today's times, communication is a highly abused and overused word. And people are not really recognizing that written and oral both create an extreme important foundation for this skill. I think when we talk about oral communication, effective verbal communication allows individuals to express their thoughts confidently, whether you're in a business meeting, whether you're in a public speaking engagement, casual conversation. A strong communicator, in my opinion, can really inspire teams, negotiate much better deals, and leave a very lasting impact. And I think as defense officers, you leverage communication and public speaking so much. And that's why so many of your Jawans are ready to lay down their lives for you, just on one command. It's not just the hierarchy. I think it's also the personal value of developing your communication skills where you have to connect with every diverse person or thought process. So I think it's oral communication is a vital skill for if you want to be a good leader, and it fosters a lot of trust, collaboration, a lot of persuasion. And in my book, Beyond the Pitch, I've highlighted the importance of three Bs, which are visual, verbal, and vocal. And these are all three aspects of oral communication. Now, if I talk about written communication, I think in today's digital world, especially, written communication has become very, very critical. And especially for leaders, again, or professionals, from emails to reports to social medias to business proposals, we have to have the ability to articulate thoughts in writing, which can open doors for opportunities. It is an extension of a personality, how we are perceived on the other end. As a personal brand expert, I manage accounts for many CXOs and directors who outsource their written communication to me due to paucity of time with them. And mastering both form of communication really helps us build a lot of credibility. And my personal journey has been a testimony to that. That personal brand can be built on communication. And again, mastering the art of communication across various medium, it helps you set yourself apart from your competitors. And those who are communicating effectively, especially in today's new normal, are not just being able to influence opinions or perspectives, but also create a huge recall value in everybody's mind. So I think today, while we all value a good looking person or a well put together person, a good personality, the moment they open their mouth, how do they communicate? Are they communicating only to pass commands? Or are they really being understood by every member of your team or every member of your family? So communication is, of course, a two-way street, and oral and written forms are very, very important.
Well, I totally agree with you. Absolutely correctly, you have said, that the more a person is good in both written and, oral communication, the more is the credibility of the person. And physical appearances don't matter much. They probably matter for the first look at it. But like you rightly said, moment someone speaks, one comes to know what is the depth of knowledge that the person has. So very well brought out. Dr. Divya, my next question is, can you tell my viewers what are the ways a person can improve his or her communication skills?
Yes, yes, I'm glad you asked this question because I often in my training programs and coaching programs share number one aspect in this is active listening. Unfortunately, Colonel Sodhi, many people feel that just being proficient in English language and being able to communicate your feelings and thoughts is a good communicator. But in my opinion, a true communicator is somebody who actually gets a befitting response from the person, in front of you. I often talk about that communication is a mix of 60-20-20. 60% of what you know, your knowledge, 20% of what you feel about what you know. If you feel, hell, I know everything and my communication is supreme, And the last 20%, which leaves a recall value or a remembrance behind in everybody's mind, is how you make the others feel about what you know. So if we practice active listening, I feel you will be a great communicator. But unfortunately, today there's so much of noise. People just want one-way monologue where they are just giving communication out in the world and not really hearing it. And number two is advanced level of communication. I love public speaking skills. COVID made us recognize that whether you're on a virtual call, whether you are in an offline world, you need to be able to communicate effectively. And public speaking skills are built on the foundation of effective communication. So it's very important that we record ourselves, use tools like mirrors to evaluate ourselves. How are we being put together, especially when we are conveying our thoughts? We've all seen speakers, whether in public sector, defense sector, or private sectors, huge designations, but as public speakers in an auditorium, they all fail. It is important to also understand that 55% of our communication is body language. And these are all, statistics. These are psychological facts that 38% is vocal, 7% is words. So you can have very simple words to communicate, but what sort of a body language are you using? A visual representation are you using to convey your communication or thoughts to the other person? It's important to obviously for senior leaders like ourselves to expand our vocabulary, our articulation. We need to read and write regularly because nothing like a self practice. And proofread and edit. I feel people don't spend too much time to edit. Of course, I'm bitten with a bug that I do too many edits before I send something out. And you also, I'm pretty sure, as a columnist, you'll end up doing that. But it's important that people even read their emails before sending it out. I think then you can make the corrections and engage in very thoughtful conversations. It's okay to think a second before having your words come out of your mouth. Stay confident and authentic. Unfortunately, today I meet a lot of people who are not really authentic. So what they're portraying on, let's say, LinkedIn is not really matching with their offline personality. And that is very disappointing. I think your digital personality and your offline personality shouldn't have any gaps, which means your voice and your vocabulary has to remain the same. So, and also be open to learning. So learn from great communicators. A lot of senior people feel, अब हमको सब आता है, अब हमको क्या सीखने की जरूरत है. But if we are humble enough to keep learning, I think we keep improving in communication. At least I'm still learning, that's for sure.
Well, so nicely brought out, and I totally agree with you. Of all the good points you have said, 2 points I would like to highlight. One is you said that we should listen. Most of us don't listen. That's a big problem nowadays. And the second, you said we should be open to learning always. I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. Sometime back, Amitabh Bachchan said that I am learning even at this age. So learning as a process should never
Yes.
stop. Totally, absolutely agree with you. Dr. Divya, my last question to you is what advice would you like to give to the young generation who are on the cusp of embarking on a new career?
I think they need to really know that in today's day and age, embracing learning, since our previous answer is all about that, staying adaptable. You have to be able to be flexible enough to adapt to situations and conversations and leading with purpose. You cannot be mindlessly wandering. So develop a growth mindset. Unfortunately, the more advanced we are going in technology, I see more and more existence of a fixed mindset where you have rigid thoughts that this is the way I have to be. And I think a lot of parents are also encouraging that because materialistically, while children are becoming very successful in, with of course the plethora of opportunities that technology has brought us, I think we are also somewhere not being able to keep our children humble, where they need to be able to see other person's perspective. So growth mindset is number one. Second, I would say communicate with confidence, communicate to win. We've already, dwelled a lot on communication skills, how we can build it. Build a strong personal brand. I tell all the leaders that I coach that you have to be able to invest time in building your digital legacy and personal brand. Because if you don't do that, all your efforts in an offline world are going to be in vain. And if your story is being untold on a digital platform, then you need to find somebody who can actually share it. Stay resilient. And when I say resilience, it's not just about, physically you're tired and then like a phoenix, you're rising again. I think in today's world, especially with the youngsters who are embracing the new careers, entering into the corporate world, it's very important to advise them that stay emotionally resilient. Today, emotions get challenged at the drop of a hat, and we have to be able to persevere. Not everything will go, or not every answer from a mentor is going to be as per your liking. And network, build connections. And I think leaders like you, Colonel Sodi, and me, we are open to building connections with youngsters because the networking is not just about, gone are the days when we used to only network with the seniors. But today we want to be able to also be approachable for the youngsters who are uninhibited. They talk what they want and never settle. I think the moment you feel uncomfortable, my advice to all the youngsters out there who are entering, please just remember that embrace change. If you're feeling uncomfortable in any situation or in any professional life or a family life, it is situations are forcing you to change. So embrace it. The moment you embrace it, I think you'll stay ahead of the curve. Final thought that I'll obviously say, Colonel Sodi, I always say achievers are first believers. This is very close to my heart. You believe in yourself, forget about what others are doing. You stay consistent on your journey. You work on these pillars of how you can build yourself. And there is no way that you will not communicate to win, whether verbally, vocally, written, oral, any form of communication.
Very great points you made, Dr. Divya. I couldn't agree with you more, regarding self-belief, regarding, you're saying that flexibility, adaptivity have to be there because things will not always work out the way you have planned. So great points
Right.
you have made. And thank you so much for coming on the Global Study in Defense News. Viewers, before I formally thank Dr. Divya, my request to you is please like the show, please subscribe to the channel, please forward as much as you can. Most important, please comment because your comments have got the greatest values. Whether your questions are for Dr. Divya, who will answer them in the comment section of the program once it is uploaded, or at me, or how the program, what all would you like to see on this program. So whatever be your comments are very valuable for GSDN. And thank you, Dr. Divya, for having spared your so much valuable time. And the
Thank you.
fact, that one can see so many awards and honors on the background of your screen is a testament of the great persona you are. And thank you once again for having spared your valuable time on coming to the GSD. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Salute to you, sir.